Welcome to the 2021 CSforALL-PA Summit, June 21st through the 25th, Going Beyond Esports to Computational Sustainability, presented by SOSSI, Saving Our Sons and Sisters International. I am the Executive Director, Chuck Barlow Jr., and you will hear from Pharaohs Conclave co-founders Eric and Jakita Thomas. The CSforALL-PA Summit offers educators, leaders, and stakeholders the opportunity to share, discuss, and collaboratively develop tools, resources, and practices for CS learning experiences. The fourth annual summit specifically focuses on equitable serving historically underserved populations, including students with disabilities, English learners, and females. The theme for 2021 CS Celebrations honors how educators across the Commonwealth created, adapted, and expanded CS learning opportunities throughout the year of change. Computational Sustainability. Carla Gomez, professor of computer science at Cornell University, coins Computational Sustainability aims to develop computational methods for sustainable development. Sustainable development encompasses balancing environmental, economic, and societal needs. Ultimate goal of sustainable development is human well-being of current and future populations. As we have this conversation today, going beyond esports and computational sustainability, as educators, as computing professionals, as computer scientists, teachers, parents, students, administrators, and elected officials, let's think about how we can look at the skills that students are developing in esports and see how they can use them to help us create more sustainable communities. So I'm going to share a couple of esports facts with you, but I saved some of that for my partners, Pharaohs Conclave, who's going to share a little bit more about how they're helping females use their skills in esports and gaming to actually enter esports and gaming career pathways and scholarship opportunities. Esports studied to increase GPA and attendance, real connectedness and increase engagement. Athletes become better players and students and develop career and life aspirations. Other facts include students learn valuable skills playing esports. Team sports teach valuable skills, teach life lessons, and skills beyond the class. Parents, 70% net effects, positive effects on their children. A couple other facts include improved hand-eye coordination, improved attention and visual acuity, basic visual processing and executive functions, problem solving and strategy skill development, which we know is very critical in today's world. Gaming is not the only job in esports. Jobs include management, operations, sales, marketing, event planning. You can be a coach, travel agent, social media, sportscaster, and you also learn skills that actually prepare you for cybersecurity industry careers. So computational sustainability. We'd like for you to check out this quick video. We're going to come back and share with you a couple of other good information about why computational sustainability is important.
Thank you very much for the introduction. And again, I would like to thank the organizers, Yap, Anna, and Luke for inviting me. This is a very exciting conference and I'm having a lot of fun. And, let me actually start by over the last 10 years, I really have been doing research in this area. And, I now always thank the National Science Foundation because they actually have funded this research dramatically. Actually, we received 2 large $10 million grants. So thanks to NSF, that's how we've been able to push. With the first expedition, we nucleated this field and it allowed us to identify, core research directions and, for impact in terms of computer science. and also in terms of sustainability. And then we were able to secure a second NSF expedition to further boost this area and created this CompSusNet that is a large-scale network involving 13 organizations and in the U.S. it's NSF money, so they only fund U.S. institutions, but we actually have a lot of collaborators throughout the world. So, during the panel, I mentioned briefly, so computational sustainability, the big picture is really to develop computational methods to address sustainability questions. And from the beginning, we focus on the sustainable development. This was actually a notion introduced by the United Nations back in 1987, and they really raised the concerns about the state of the planet, but also really made the clear point that sustainability is not just about the environment or climate or energy, but it really encompasses balancing environmental, economic, and societal needs. So the ultimate goal of sustainable development is really human well-being. And if you see here, they just in 2015, they put forward a list of 17 goals, and really they address human well-being, trying to solve basic needs, no poverty, no hunger, health, etc., but also, social justice and in order for us to
Thank you to the professor and her team and the CompSusNet group and NSF and all the partners who have helped to put together a nice platform for us to continue to learn from and share with others like yourselves so that we can continue to grow and learn how we can use the tools and the research from computational sustainability. There are three main computational thrusts I like to share with you from this model. One, big data and machine learning. Two, constraint reasoning, optimization, and dynamical models. And three, multi-agent systems, citizen science, and crowdsourcing. Here's another slide that you can take a look at when you have time. It just shares with you more about computational sustainability and how it's being used to help not only help us to sustain our communities, but also increase human well-being. The next slide that I'm going to share with you is actually our CSVGA Bitmoji classroom that I shared at a past presentation, but I added a couple of partners on here just to share with you what are we doing today. On the table, as you can see, you'll see CS for Philly. CS for Philly is part of the CS4All, so shout out to CS4All for doing work in Pennsylvania as well with the CS for Pennsylvania as well as the CS for Philly initiative. And we have a couple partners there with Jonathan Lee and the Global Energy Initiative, LLC, as well as Aionautics, which is a drone organization that are working with young groups, young teens and individuals in our communities in Pennsylvania as well. So I'd like for you all to check them out as well if you have a chance to visit our Bitmoji classroom. But I like to go to the left and up on the shelf, and if you click on the Lego man there, you'll learn a little bit more about PCX, which is Pharaohs Conclave, and what they've been doing in the Atlanta area for young girls and teens of color to help support them in their interests as it relates to esports and gaming. So now what I like to do is there are a few other tools within this room. If you see cybersecurity is everyone's job, you notice there's a smartphone there. Also, there's other tools around the room. If you notice on the chalkboard, you'll see the sustainable development goals. You'll see some tools that your kids or you as parents, if you want to learn more about CS, we have CS Unplugged. We have some of the CS standards from Georgia. We also are working with the Smithsonian Shell Foundation to do STEM education to increase more CS teachers in our communities throughout the US. So just, when you have time, go around and check it out. And if you notice on the screen, we have more information about how we're doing STEM education in some of our Georgia schools, as well as a little bit more about the Shell presentation. And then there's another video about computational sustainability. So at this time, I'd like to share with you just a little bit about Pharaohs Conclave, Miss Jakita, as well as Eric Thomas. And then you'll hear from them very shortly after we show you this quick video.
Hello, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you this morning. My name is Dr. Jakita Thomas, and my co-founder, Eric Thomas, and I are co-founders of Pharaohs Conclave. We prepare youth for careers in the esports and video gaming industries. So my love for video games and my co-founder's love for video games both started when we were children. For me, it all started in the second grade. I was 7 years old, sitting in my school's computer lab playing games like Oregon Trail and Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. My co-founder also loved those games, but he also had an Intellivision at home and loved playing games like Pitfall and Frogger. For me, that passion for gaming and that love of technology led me to pursue and receive a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer and Information Science from Spelman College here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we're based. And it also led me to then pursue a PhD and receive a PhD in Computer Science from Georgia Tech, also here in Atlanta. For my co-founder, it led him to pursue a BS degree in construction science management with a specialization in civil engineering from Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama. Our love, though, of learning, as well as our love for gaming, both actually led us to become educators. My co-founder and husband was a math and science teacher here in Atlanta before he left the classroom to run Pharaohs Conclave full-time. And I am a college professor in higher ed in computer science and software engineering. So about 5 years ago, we were watching an episode of Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel. And in that episode, he was featuring some of the first colleges and universities that were offering scholarships in esports or competitive video gaming. But what was most compelling was a cutscene to a sold-out Staples Center with two competitors duking it out on a huge stage with everyone on the edge of their seats. And since that time in the United States, esports has only continued to grow. The industry generated over $1.5 billion worldwide last year, and it has a viewership that exceeds that of the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, and the World Series combined. And with the advent of COVID-19, that viewership has only continued to grow. In the state of Georgia, as an example, the video game industry generated over 12,000 full-time jobs, and its employees earned over $201 million in 1 year alone. The average base salary for full-time employees in Georgia's video game industry was about $64,000, which is 23% higher than the median household income in Georgia. So the gaming industry is booming. It's a $150 billion industry. Black and brown youth consume games at a 73% rate. And black and brown people, however, make up less than 5% of the workforce that's building those games. The problem is that the industry has not invited and welcomed black and brown youth to find where they fit. It's not clear what career possibilities exist outside of playing games professionally. The images that they see of people who are working at the highest levels don't look like them. They can't see how to break in and how to navigate through. It's not clear how to get started. And what Black and brown youth miss out on is opportunities to marry their passion with their purpose, but they also miss out on really high paying jobs and future careers that can help them to build generational wealth and transform their communities. So we'd like for you to meet Andrea Richmond. She came to us right after she graduated from high school, and she's an avid gamer who has an interest in computer science and game design, but she's always dreamt of becoming a shoutcaster. But like many of the Black and brown youth that we serve and that we work with, she didn't know how to get started. So we created a pipeline to show youth like her the way. It includes an online skills building platform, a league, and an apprenticeship program. We understand, because of our expertise and our experience in K through 12, as well as higher education, how young people learn best with technology. And 95% of the young people that we work with come from Black and brown communities. Our learning platform is online and it's STEM accredited, and it maps to Common Core standards, including CTAE, which means that our programs are eligible for Title I and Title III funding. As a result, young people build skills and capacity for different careers in gaming. They also gain certifications through digital badges. They build their professional networks and their portfolio in platform. Our Esports Lead creates a safe space for youth to compete, build their skills, and win championships. It also serves as a living lab, if you will. So if, for example, you have a young person who's interested in shoutcasting, which is akin to commentating for traditional sports, this is a person who calls the play-by-plays as gameplay is happening. If you have a young person, for example, who's interested in shoutcasting, they can actually cast for our league in a safe, scaffolded, supported environment, mentored by experts. We've already awarded over $50,000 in scholarships to graduating seniors from high schools all over Metro Atlanta to pursue their dreams in esports and video gaming. Our apprenticeship program connects youth to college, internship, and career experiences and opportunities, so youth can get on-the-job training and mentorship to ensure that they succeed in the gaming workforce. So let's return to Andrea Richmond, who you met just a few slides back. As a first-year student, she entered college majoring in computer science. Andrea developed her skills through our game design, shoutcasting, streaming, and comic book creation pathways, leveraging our online learning platform. Andrea not only shoutcasted for our league, as shown in the picture, but she also facilitated game design camps in the summer through our summer camp, mentored high school girls in game design during the academic year through our academic year program, and earned money doing all of these things to support herself while she matriculated through college. Once Andrea moved into the apprenticeship program, we paired her with opportunities to shoutcast and stream for other companies and organizations. For example, currently, Andrea is shoutcasting for 4 out of 5 of the historically Black college and university esports leagues, who are also our partners that have started over the last year. And so based on her stellar skills, which she developed and honed in our program, Andrea is now getting requests from companies such as the Esports Business Summit to stream for their big events in Las Vegas. And she's also getting requests from brands to promote their products and services during her streams. She achieved her dream of becoming a professional shoutcaster, and our program provided the platform, the safe space, and the launching pad for her to do so. And she's not the only one. We've moved over 50 youth through this pipeline who are either currently in our apprenticeship program while also pursuing college degrees in gaming-related fields, or who have moved on to careers within their chosen pathway. This type of transformative impact does not happen quickly and cannot be microwaved. Instead, it takes deep, sustained engagement. Let's say you have a young child who's never met a game designer before. Our research and experience tells us that it takes about 2 years for a child to move from, oh,